It's New Comic Book Day! Starring The Exiles, Adrian. Showing the latest in comics and giving his opinion.
Well, hello, folks. I have a Comic Book Wednesday, and when I say Comic Book Wednesday, or it's Friday, it's going up on Friday because that's the day I picked it up. But when I say I have new comic books, I mean I only have 3. Yeah. And, I am, back in school again, so me making videos is not gonna happen that often. Like, really at all. I mean, I know I have like a comic book haul to show that I got to. I mean, there's some good stuff that I need to show, but I don't have really the time to film it. Literally, since I started school, I mean, late nights working on this pharmacy therapeutics competition, and then now we're starting with quizzes, and I also memorizing, like, I think I memorized the first 30 drugs, I have to memorize another 30 drugs in 2 weeks, and another 30 drugs, and another 30 drugs, and another, and then I have to, and then there's like a quiz on them, and I have to dispense, and all this nonsense, and paper writing, and exams, so it's like I don't have a sufficient amount of time to do a whole lot. But I could sneak this video in very nicely. And sorry, I would apologize for not watching people's videos, but I kinda have my hands full with things. And also my brain is substantially malfunctioning again, And that's kind of code for saying that, yeah, bipolar disorder is starting to rear its ugly head and it's malfunctioning. It's kind of malfunctioning more than I would like it to. I mean, it really is. I gotta tell you, the past, 4 weeks have been kind of not great because my brain has been just completely, it's been malfunctioning, and it's just it's like I just for some reason I just cannot find my way back to where I should be. I'm having a really hard time finding my way back. So, that's that stuff too, and so it's like, ugh. But for comic books, here's what I picked up. I picked up Batgirl number 47. I actually read it, too. I was like, oh my god, do I have time to read it? Yes, I do. I have time to read it. Okay issue, I will say. Oh, wait, it's actually quite interesting. They are laying some sort of seed. I'm really eager to see what the hell is going to happen next with Batgirl and her brain, because someone's getting into her brain. I'm just really eager, who is that? Why is it happening? What's the ramifications? I'm really eager to see that. And the reason I'm really eager to see that is because I want to know what happens. And that's when you know that you kind of a little hooked when you want to know what happens. So good job, guys. Good job, creative team. Good job. Good job. Oh, and I also like the spoiler in here, too. It's pretty great. Also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 54. Oh, and if you haven't read number 50, for the love of God, pick that up. It was really good. But Teenage Mutant Turtles number 54 is all Michelangelo centered with the purple dragon. All Michelangelo centered pretty much. He kind of doesn't like the fact Splinter's over with the Foot Clan, and then he gets into the whole thing with Old Hob, and pretty much it causes this schism where Michelangelo's pretty much on his own now, and Slash is doing things on his own now too, and it's still interesting. I don't know how the creative team can do such a good job. I don't know if it's the same creative team too. I mean, honestly, I really don't know if it is the same creative team because, it's just been all over the place and other things. But, yeah, I mean, pretty much is I don't know how they managed to keep the quality of the book so good. It's uncanny, And I think it's appropriate to say that because a run that's good, I haven't come across a run that's been really good on a book since the Claremont run on X-Men. So, and that's kind of saying a lot. So, I might start looking for some of the older issues, maybe when I go to the convention. So, but yeah. And I also picked up Justice League number 3001, number 8. I keep saying 3000 because I forget they skipped the year. Again, it's really interesting. I mean, they changed this book a lot, and Supergirl is pretty much becoming the new Batman, and she's actually the original Supergirl. You got you got Wonder Woman and the Flash, and then you got pretty much a new Batman that's a descendant of Bruce Wayne. You got you know, it's like you got all these things, and then I was reading this, and then like midway through, like, and it took me like 2 issues midway through, and I'm just like, wait a minute, this is an all-female team, and I didn't even realize it. I don't know if you want to count Guy Gardner as a guy or a girl, because he's a guy, but in a girl's body, so I don't really know, but technically, physiologically speaking, it's technically an all-female team, and I was like reading it, and I was like, oh, it's an all-female team, and I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just like, I didn't even notice. And that's how you know if the other writers are doing a good job, when they don't really bring attention to it, when it's just like, oh, it just happens to be an all-female team, it's not a big deal. It's, so... And I kind of have mixed feelings, because the previous issues, it just felt like really rushed and not very monumentous. I would say, like, Superman in the previous issue died, Bruce Wayne died, Green Lantern died, the original Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, and, the Flash, Barry Allen died for I don't know how long, so pretty much a lot of people died, and it just, when I was reading this issue, I was like, I remember when I was reading those issues, it was just like I was scratching my head, I was like, did I miss something? Was there like an annual that I didn't get, or is there something that I missed? Because it just felt really rushed. Like, don't get me wrong, it's good, but I just wasn't satisfied with the end of with the end of the old team. It was like, it just happened so suddenly. And it was just like, they were building this thing. Alright, what happened? You were building this whole thing with Lois Lane has infiltrated the Justice League, and she has her in Justice League ready to go on them. Superman figured that out. And then it was just like, that was going on in one issue. And then it was just like, then the next issue came out, and it completely just did a 180. It had nothing to do with any of that. And then, people are dying, like, Superman's dead, and then this person just takes over the world in one day, and you got these unbeatable enemies, and I'm just like, and I remember reading that, I was like, it's not that this is bad, but it was just like, what the hell happened, and what did I miss in those other issues? Like, what did I miss, like, from issue 7, like, did I miss something from issue 6 to 7? I mean, what the hell happened? It just suddenly just changed pace. I couldn't figure it out. I'm just like, it was literally one of those where I'm just like, I don't, so in that perspective, I was kind of like disappointed. I was like, it just felt really rushed, and like, I don't know, it just didn't make any sense to me. And I think maybe it was an editorial mandate where, like, alright, the Batman and Superman movie's coming out, so we can't have this version of Superman and Batman going on, we have to have different versions, and maybe it was something like that. I mean, I'm not really sure. But it just was really strange to me. But otherwise, this was a good issue. I liked it. And those are my books, folks. It was nice to see everyone. I don't know when I'll be back to do another video. I don't know when I'll be back to do watching videos again. Life is really hectic. Like I said, like school on top of school, and it's so busy, and work 12 hours, and then my brain is just... like, it's literally malfunctioning so badly for, like, the past 4 weeks that I just have not been myself, and I also relapsed into self-harm, and that's another thing. I was like, ugh, so, I guess I'll start a news streak. That's the way I look at it now. But still, it's like, it's just a lot of stuff. But, anyway, thanks for watching, whoever watched.